What's going on, folks? You know, hanging out with a few friends today, and just had a few cups of coffee and some lunch, and you know, it got really somber for a moment because having a grasp of actual reality does something to a conscious person where you realize some things, and they're troubling when you think about the world at large, the aspects of how our consciousness exists in this reality. Okay, a plane of existence, third dimensional, is what we live on right now. And I'm going to get mystical today a little bit. A plane of existence, this third dimensional existence you live on. This planet, this planet that you live on. This reality, the consciousness of man in this reality and the things that we are searching for. It's really deep, but I'm going to take you there so you can understand what I'm saying about, having something to do, the purpose of life. If I asked someone what the purpose of life was, and that's what we talked about today, you would say, life is a function, breathing, living, coming into being. Being a being is living. Okay? That doesn't encompass a rat race, right? Experiencing reality, breathing air, seeing the great sunlight, and all of these things does not encompass a rat race. So the world that you live in, right? The consistent need for something to do. Anything. You could be a billionaire. If you went somewhere on a trip and you spent money, stayed at a resort or something, swam or did something, you would just be doing an activity. It would just be something to do, to fulfill something in you. Being is not doing an activity. Being is being. It's a state. So when you think about the rat race, you think about going to work. And that's why I talk with you guys about money and stuff. It was a really deep conversation, but I want you to think about it, because once you get to reality, it'll hit you like this. But money is not really real. Right? It's just a tangible object that represents, payment for some work or something, or it's an exchange thing. Okay? So if people put their egos and who they think they are based on an activity, going and doing something. I go to work, I hammer nails, I go to work, I work a keyboard or something. I'm doing some type of activity for some money. And that really has no value, because I'm just looking for something to do, right? We all lived in a world where there were no money. Everyone would be doing what they wanted to do. You get what I'm saying? So when you realize that on a certain level, if I wanted to plant, I like to mess around out here in the field or something, I would plant trees or do whatever I'm doing. And I would do it because it would be fulfilling to me. That's what the purpose of being is, fulfillment. You see what I'm saying, folks? So someone who wanted to start a company, right? They wanted to do something so they could feel like they were over something. You get what I'm saying? This is how the world is set up. So everything you do, the rat race of life, you're constantly you're chasing your tail. You're constantly doing something to gain for your own ego. I need to make more money. Why? So I can have a better house or better car or something. These are all material things, but they're not happiness. Happiness is completely separate from material objects. The happiness is in you. You have to cultivate your own happiness, that feeling. You have to water your own plants of happiness, so to speak, which are inside. It comes inside of you. You can't get it externally, folks. So how does one do that? One has to go in. One has to seek the Most High for that. But there are so many outside external material winds and storms blowing out here in the material reality that you're living, that plane I was talking about. It keeps you from being able to properly cultivate and grow those happiness plants within inside. Because if you have a lot of storms going on the outside, it makes it hard for you to focus. This is why we can't focus on happiness, because there's always something to do. There's always a job to work. There's always some task to do. The way people think, the constant, I need to get ahead. I need to take what you have. I need to be over you. You go to the auto shop. They cheat you with the repair bill. Why? Because somebody put a squeeze on them because the person that's charging them for the lease space or something wants more money. See, everybody is putting everyone else in a squeeze for some type of rat race so they can fulfill their own egos, when the real happiness is inside of you. Imagine if everyone had that joy in their heart and everyone were doing what they wanted to do in this world. Would there be any need to charge you for rent? Would there be any need to charge you for electric or anything? We will all have everything. The reason why there are people who don't want you to have everything is because they want to be over you. You don't get it. But if you don't even realize that, you don't get it. You see, everything we do in this world, it makes it sad because you realize there is nothing to do. If you went and sat on your porch and just sat there, you would be in a state of being. You would be doing something by not doing anything. So everything you do is just an illusion, folks. You know, we can have a better world when people stop trying to be self-serving and serving their own egos. This is what I'm talking about. I gotta have this. I can't work because I need to get paid, without thinking about the fact that it's not really real, right? Only here is this is happening only in this place. But you have to understand, folks, you know, you're seeking something. You're trying to fulfill yourself. You want to feel better. You want to feel valuable, right? Nothing you do makes you valuable, folks. You have to look inside to find that external things are not going to give you these things. It's just something for you to think about real quick. I just want you to put your mind into just thinking about that. What if we lived in a world where everyone did what they wanted to do? Everyone would be happy, right? So why aren't we doing that? Why do we feel that the rat race and the way that things are is how it has to be, when we can clearly see that it just causes us more misery? Y'all just think about that. Too many of us don't have enough of these deep discussions. I love bad behavior, folks. But, you know, I don't know if I love dreaming anymore, because, you know, what is reality? If this is reality, and it's not really reality. I don't mean that I'm posing that question, but I'm just saying that, you know, we have to do something and to see some type of difference. We're gonna have to. It's gonna take more than us just, you know, living this thing we're doing. I don't know. I'm all over the place here, but it's just really bothering me. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Pick up my book, I Love Bad Behavior. Take care.